out of the window right now and you're thinking about his family, all the rest of the players that are out there witnessing it as well. Oh. And I think it's a reminder of how quickly life can change, just like that.
Yeah. I think one thing you have to have, though, you have to have hope. You've seen it with Fabrice Muamba. He pulled through, and that's all you can do. You know, we don't know the news. Yeah. We can't, make assumptions, and all we can do
is sit here and pray that he's
extraordinary circumstances. We've seen it a couple of times, and he was just running towards the ball and stumbled. The crowd obviously are in shock as well. Everybody's in shock in the football world, I would imagine, at present. And football doesn't matter at the moment, does it? Really doesn't.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. And me, the first one, how many times I go home and I'm upset and I paid with my family, with my loved ones, and you realize that it's just a game. It's a game, and we need to enjoy it every second and have passion for it. But really, there are things that doesn't matter anymore. More important is health. Try to be always happy. Enjoy what you have in life. How blessed we are, and that's it. And this is just a big shock and a reminder for all of us.
You could tell immediately from the players' reaction, from Anthony Taylor, the referee's reaction, that something dreadful had happened.
The reaction from players, I think the fans. But all we can do is literally, like Mikey, you just said, sit here and hope that he pulls through this. We've seen a situation before with Fabrice, and just keep sending prayers that he pulls through this.
Yeah.
Him being alive is literally the best thing of anything come out of this Euro 2020. Regardless, whoever wins the tournament, is that Christian is okay, is healthy. If he can remember people, which is even better news. And that's what this Euro is about now. It's just making sure that Christian can get home safe and help to build his recovery from there now, really. Yeah, I mean, you have to give credit to the medical staff. I mean, how quickly they got into the pitch, how well they were able to cover him, and the strange pressure. Obviously, this game was worldwide. Everybody's watching it. It could be a lot of pressure for the medical people how to deal with this situation. So for them to get it right and to be able to do that CPR stuff as quickly as they can and to get Christian in a good position, they deserve a lot of credit. And also now that we hear that he's in a better position, which is a good news as well. So all in all, it seemed like everything is moving in the right direction.
What memories did it bring back for you?
Oh God. I was watching it. We went to Nottingham with the family, and I was watching it, and then it just happened. Literally, my phone just literally become crazy, and I was like, God, please, not this one again. It's like there's a feeling that you don't want to relive again, and those are the feelings I put right at the back down there. And to see somebody going through it, you're like, please just come through, and then see whatever happened will be a bonus. So for me to hear that he's responding and his recovery was probably the best news of this Euro, And then I was worried about his family, because a lot of people get to focus on the guy who was on the floor, but they forget that he's got family as well, so, and his children. So it's more of a concerning that they get a better health, better check-up after the effect of it, because it can have a lasting effect on the family. And the most important thing that is that Christian seems to be okay. I hope he's okay, and I hope he make a fully recovery. And then, as I said, it's always the feeling that you just don't want to get back and feel again, put it that way.
What about your journey from that moment when your heart stopped for 78 minutes and what you've had to go through in the years since? Have you any advice for Christian Eriksen and his family?
I think for me it's pretty early to speak in regarding to my situation and Christian's situation. I think number one is make sure you give him the space he needs, and then from there they can decide what they want to do. And For me, I would say his health should be the number one priority. Health is his mental health, his physical health, his family mental health as well. Let alone not his family, but also his teammates, because some of them, they've never experienced anything like this before. That would be a number one priority, to make sure that has been taken care of before we get into the pitch side stuff, So, and make sure you give him the space to recover, and then from there he can decide what he wants to do. If he wants to carry on playing, that's his decision. I can't force him, or I cannot advise him on that one. Those are the medical people who are expert on that. But it's just a great news that we keep hearing, that he remembers a lot of people, and that he sees his family, and he's awake.
Yeah, on that evening, he was stable, he was talking, he spoke to his teammates and said to continue on with the match. So they did, they finished the match. Was that a surprise for you that the game finished?
I mean, yes and no, but I think I would give the team about 24 hours, just that, knowing that he's okay. Then give yourself 24 hours before you play the game. But if you felt the need of telling them to carry on playing, that's good for them on this side. But I'm sure he never experienced anything like this before in his life. It never. And I'm watching it from miles away from him. I'm hoping, say, please, Christian, come on, man, come on, and to hear that he's in a road to recovery, which is the brilliant news, the best news. It's great for everybody, and I just hope that he can. Now we just give him the space that he needs, and then from there we can see what happens.
To have that happen the way it did was surreal. Like it wasn't real. All I kept thinking was, this can't be happening. This can't be real. But it was. It was very real.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember standing around trying to shield him from whatever. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I remember thinking of his wife and his children. I knew they were in the crowd near my wife and kids. I remember thinking if that was me. And I remember, what the paramedics were saying. And I remember our doctor just being, you talk about legends. Like, wow, I've never, you can win any league, do anything like that. To do what he did that day is the single most incredible thing I've ever witnessed. To be under that pressure.
Yeah.
Because that stadium it's a high stadium, and they could look straight down. The pressure he was under, and the clarity of thought, and how fast he acted, and how precise he was to save Christian's life was, even now, you get emotional just thinking about how could he even, how could they do that?
Yeah.
How could they bring him back?
Yeah.
And I remember, seeing Christian's wife, and I ran over to her, and just didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to say. Horrible thing that social media is, and all. She'd obviously read,
of course,
and heard, and everyone's saying, he's gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was an insane kind of thing to go through. And as a team, how do you deal with that? As a manager, our manager, how he dealt with that is like, wow.
Really? See the best of people at times like that?
Yeah, because we were in a COVID bubble. So my wife, we played the FA Cup final. My wife gave birth the day after. And then we had to go to Denmark and go in the COVID bubble. So I wasn't there for 6 weeks, the first 6 weeks of my daughter's life, because we had this ridiculous UEFA bubble.
Yeah.
And their stupid rules.
That's tough, that.
Tough. It's
double tough.
No, it's inhumane.
Yeah.
It's inhumane. So we couldn't see our families. So we had COVID officers there checking everything. So in the days following, the way the FA handled it and the way the manager handled it was incredible. Training.
Yeah.
Just we're humans in this. UEFA obviously wanting, we got a game and all this kind of stuff, but manager called us all together the day after and just kind of opened it up how people were feeling.
Nice.
Because for me, when we got back to the hotel at night, we'd obviously lost the game and didn't matter, but Christian was alive.
Yeah.
And Christian was there. not at the hotel, but he was alive. And that was, to me, compared to what I'd experienced with Vichai, the difference. So I could cling on to that.
When we see you, we can't help but think that seeing you here is miraculous. Do you see it that way as well?
No, because I'm here. I mean, I don't see it as a miracle. It's about me. Obviously, like you guys see it differently than I do. But no, of course, the miracle was that I came back to life. That they saved me. Like I said at the press conference, I'm thankful for the guys who saved me. And of course, then afterwards, we're back to playing football. Is something that is just, I'm lucky to be able to be back.
When you came back with Denmark, you received a fond ovation from the spectators. You will probably receive a fond ovation tomorrow by the French supporters as well. Do you see your story as inspiring?
Yeah, I hope it can inspire a lot of people. I mean, I know from when it happened with me and even before, a lot of people have had it before. And then, of course, now I'm the public point of view from it can go well after you had something that tragical. For you and for your family. I mean, then I'm happy that I can show that you can turn it into something positive and being able to get back to a normal life.
So you're playing football again at the highest level. Almost a year ago, when you collapsed on the pitch, several days after, did you even think of retiring from football? Or did you think of it?
Yeah, of course. No, of course. It was not I mean, being back then, I mean, happened what happened. Of course, my first thought was that I need to get back to life before football. So of course I thought about retiring, but then in the end I went through a lot of tests, a lot of phases. We spoke with a lot of doctors, did a lot of tests, and then I really took it step by step because obviously my family life and my life as a normal man needed to be normal before my football.